One of Mayor Robert Garcia's top priorities is to reduce homelessness and ensure that Long Beach residents have a home. One of the things that he is putting forth for a source of transitional housing is to make use of the older motels that are available in the city. Many motels are unofficially used as transitional or temporary housing for the homeless, but they don't have social services and other supports that help people stay off the streets permanently. Some motels are well managed whilst others are not, which creates a public safety concern and generates calls for services that are taxing the public safety system. For this reason, the City of Long Beach proposed and initiated Senate Bill 450, a motel conversation bill that would streamline the conversion of some motels into transitional and quality supportive housing.
I don't know if you're in a neighborhood like this. I really don't know if that's a wise decision because the residents here, in the neighborhood, I don't think they want it right, this close, to the neighborhood. But if you set up something else a little different, these hotels, I don't know about that. 'Cause around here, homeless, you see a lot of them on the streets, and they're not really, a lot of them don't want to be off the streets. That's our problem. We got a lot of homeless people want to be out. In fact, I got like son-in-law, not a son-in-law, but a stepson, and he preferred to be in the streets than in home.
I think it's an innovative approach, and I think we need to be looking at many different approaches to assist our homeless people living out here on the streets. My name is Justin Verga. I'm on the Homelessness Education and Response Team here in Long Beach Fire Department, and we had reports of some smoke coming out from underneath the bridge. Sounded like it might be a homeless encampment. We decided to attach ourselves to the call, and we got here and found a trash can full of what appeared to be copper wiring on fire. A lot of our homeless clients tend to burn the plastic off the copper wiring in order to recycle it for money. Well, the responses are pretty much anything and everything a regular fire department apparatus is going to respond to. We're both firefighter paramedics on this unit. We carry all of our structural firefighting gear. We have a full ALS complement as well as BLS complement of medical equipment as well as a whole complement of outreach supplies as well for assisting our homeless clients. So anything and everything from a medical call to a trash fire to a structure fire to someone just needing some help getting off the streets and getting attached to services here in the city is kind of our mission. The biggest thing people of Long Beach could do is be a little more empathetic and compassionate towards our individuals living on the streets and understand that they have a story, they have family members, their husbands, wives, fathers, sons, daughters of someone, and everyone has a story out here.
Some good things that we're moving forward to make a real change. What I see though is we need help now though, These are some great things coming up in the future. But still the problem exists right now. Here at the Long Beach Rescue Mission, we see people coming in the doors every single day. Challenges that we have, and we have a great relationship with the city. I love Long Beach. Long Beach has a lot of great resources, a lot of caring people. But we need housing, we need a place, shelter, more beds. And I know that right now that the city's working on a year-long shelter, which is a great start, a great story. I'm really happy to see that happen. However, it's going to take a little time to get that together. In the meantime, what the rescue mission is doing is we tend to promote our time to a longer-term programs to really get deeper to the issues that brought people to homelessness. And usually what we find out, there's deeper issues that maybe grief for some tragedy in their life that brought them to a place that they almost felt like giving up, so they turned to alcohol or drugs, and that starts an addiction. Then with that addiction on top of that grief or tragedy that happened, it puts them in a place of vulnerability, and they don't really care, and they end up on the streets. And then longer on the street, then maybe a little mental health will start kicking in because paranoia, being not safe. And when a person's paranoid and for every reason to be paranoid, the streets can be pretty dangerous out there at night. So people tend to get a little bit paranoid, and then that paranoia becomes a way of life, and it turns into almost like a mental health condition. So we really want to get those people off the street, get them help, and so we really focus on long-term programs to deal with that, then get them to some type of housing.
Residents of Long Beach may feel an increase of the homeless population since they're geographically more spread out in the city.
I've been homeless like over 5 years. over constantly because of drugs and bringing up in a environment with drugs and stuff, and so and an alcoholic family, and just not only that, my grandma was a good grandmother and she had good qualities, but somehow it just ended up going to the streets, turning to the streets, and there's like family out here. And so we all try to look out for each other, like when they lock us up, it doesn't do any good. And there's housing options, but it takes big steps. And then if you're growing up where you don't have like timing, you don't have plans, you don't know how to do your taxes. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. A lot of things. I don't know how to build my own tent. I don't know how to build my own fire. If you don't know all those things, it's hard for you to even keep up with the way society proclaims you to be. Hotels help sometimes. Like they got me the Mental Health of America. They got me a shelter one time when it was raining really hard, and I slept there for 4 days. But it gets rough out here. Being homeless, it gets really rough. Sometimes it's cold, it's freezing. Sometimes we don't have nothing to eat.
We come over here to Mission, we get something to eat, and they give us change of clothes if we need them. So, everybody out here struggles because it's what they really need. They need help, and the help that they need is the housing. They need to be all off the street, all of them, not just one or two, not just 20 or 100, or not. They need them all off the streets because they can't. The Mission is packed and they got no room for nobody else. You have to wait for it, just for a bed. So they got people out here sleeping in the parks and still in the riverbed. So it's pretty tough.
The main thing we need basically out here for most of these people, they have no shelter. So night shelters, those quick put up roofs or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I'd rather see them have a roof over their head than be laying on the street in front of a grocery store. There's so many things out there that they can do, that the city provides for homeless.
Motels is a great option to house homeless, especially at night, but as you've just heard, more programs need to be implemented to support the homeless. My name is Yasmin Tanraz with Long Beach Local News.